time for local high school football. The 38th season of Hometown Sports with Kerr and Myles Boyns. Sponsored by Alpha Technologies and Alarm Systems, Little Caesars, Mercedes-Benz of Bakersfield, Valley Strong Credit Union, and Golden Empire Transit.
And good evening and welcome to the show. I'm Kerr alongside Myles Boyns. This is our 38th season of Hometown Sports, the only one-hour show dedicated to high school football, bringing you the most games and the most comprehensive highlights.
And this week we made trips to Tulare, Kern Valley, and Santa Maria for a pair of games on the coast, and of course every game here and around town. In addition to our game, tossing awards such as Athlete of the Week, Players of the Week, Exciting Play, Game-Saving Play, Hits of the Week, Hometown All-Stars, and our Scholar of the Week.
Absolutely. We have a jam-packed hour as usual. Just ahead, before we begin, a huge thank you to our sponsors, starting with Little Caesars Pizza, 15 convenient locations in Kern County. Valley Strong Credit Union, business is Valley Strong. Alpha Technologies and Alarms, keeping you protected and connected. And Golden Empire Transit, makes life better connecting people to places one ride at a time. Our segment sponsors, there are many, and many of them longtime partners like Raymond's Trophies. Also, Brimhall Dental Group, Golden Empire Youth Football, Accelerated Urgent Care, Brian Hicks Real Estate Group, and Stockdale Podiatry Group. So let's kick off Week 6 of our 38th season, and as always, we thank you for joining us.
In Week 6, the final week before league play, one of the favorites out of the Valley League is the BCHS Eagles. Looking to further prove that claim, they welcome an undefeated Tulare Union squad. Let's take you out to Bakersfield Christian High School. First quarter, Tribe getting things done early. DeMaje Riley, the quarterback run, and he is breaking tackles, showing off the elusiveness, cuts through, and he is off to the races. Got a lot of room to work with.
Wow.
And he gets caught from behind by Robert Hernandez, touchdown saving tackle for the time being, because the next play, Dominic Wilson showing his power. Remnant of Troy Polamalu wearing number 43 with the long hair out. Gets into the end zone. Tribe up 7-0. Second quarter, same score. Lincoln Adame throws deep to his favorite target. And this is why he's his favorite target. Andre Calderon behind the secondary. And the Eagles tie things up at 7. Ensuing possession, Dominic Wilson, just refusing to be denied, picks up the first down a few plays later. Up the gut again for another first down. Tulare in goal range. Time for the tush push. DeMaje Riley QB sneak for the score. Tribe up 14-7. Eagles looking to drive, getting good yardage, and the ball comes out. And Tulare Union recovers. They would find themselves in goal range again. But the ball comes out at the goal line. And Andre Calderon recovers in the end zone for the touchback. And the Eagles taking advantage of the turnover. Lincoln Adame to Talon Mather. And he is going to break free. What a utility player he is. One man to beat. His tackle just inside the 10. No matter, a few plays later, the QB run, he would cash in. BCHS ties it at 14th, which is your score at the half. Third quarter, DeMaje Riley out of the pocket, launches one. Braden Stevenson makes the difficult grab deep in Eagles territory. The very next play, DeMaje Riley on the design QB run again. A lot of design QB runs in this game. Wins the race to the edge. Tribe retake the lead 21-14. Next Tulare Union possession. Riley dumps it to Dominic Wilson on the screen. He's going to get good yardage. Steps out of bounds. A few plays later, he would power his way through into the end zone. And the Tribe up 28-14. Eagles march down the field in this fourth quarter. The pass picked off by Shante Kimball. He's going to run it back. The return would be called back. But Tulare Union will hold on to beat BCHS 28-14. Week 7, BCHS starts league play on the road at Ridgeview.
All right, Golden West and Tehachapi. The pregame hype had the same feel as last week's Porterville Highland Showdown. And like that game, this one lived up to that hype. By the way, in their last two meetings, the visiting team has won between these two schools. Let's take you to Tehachapi, the captains meeting out on midfield right here. And after a 3-and-out by Golden West to open the game, the Warriors marched down the field. The pitch to Wade Brooks. Getting some yards there, and then Colton Michael, the QB sneak. Just like that, the Warriors on the home turf up 7-0. Meanwhile, the Warriors defense imposing their will. Leo Gonzalez with a quarterback sack, forcing another Golden West punt. Let's go second quarter. Warriors run game on display again. Adrian Pena running hard. And then it's Pena again. Bouncing to the outside. In for the touchdown. 14-0. Warriors on top. Late second quarter. And the Trailblazers respond. Jaden Najera dumps it off to Isaac Elias. And the Trailblazers on the board 14-7. They came into this game undefeated. You knew there was going to be some fight. Huge play here. Warriors are running out the clock at the end of the half. Ball is stripped, and Isaac Sadler goes in as the clock expires. You might even hear the buzzer for the halftime. There it is. Halftime, 14-14. What a huge play right there. Third quarter, Warriors to punt. Blocked by Riley Collins. Recovered by Alfredo Enriquez, and the Trailblazers are in business. Golden West facing a 4th and short, and the Warriors defense makes the stop near the goal line. We are still tied at 14 apiece. So the Warriors mount their own drive. And let's start in the shadow of their own end zone. Caden Haggerty, right up the middle for 20 yards. Fourth quarter, same drive. Colton Michael rolls out and finds Andre Aguirre. Nudged out of bounds. Warriors in the red zone. And watch Roland Pena. The second effort. Working into the end zone. And the Warriors on top 21-14 with 8:43 to play. Late fourth quarter. Trailblazers down by 7. Jaden Najera to Isaac Elias. Big yardage after the catch right here. They are deep in Warriors territory. And moments later, Case Anders right up the middle. We are tied at 21 with 1:46 to play. Final minute of regulation. The Warriors are going to be stuffed on 4th and short. Remember, they have a great field goal kicker. They just couldn't get into range yet. Golden West got into field goal range. Final seconds, the snap is high. The kick is blocked. We are going to overtime. And so for a second time, the captains would meet at midfield. And Golden West gets into field goal range. Matthew Garza, this time it's up and good. 24-21 Trailblazers. Warriors, one final shot, second down. And this pass, picked off by Rowan Collins. And the Warriors fall in overtime. Golden West wins it 24-21.
I mean, we had our backs against the wall on several occasions. I thought we had a pretty bogus PI call there at the end of the game that extended their drive, put them in field goal position. But, you know, again, it boils down to a team effort. I made bad choices. Some players didn't execute when they had to, and, you know, the scoreboard's a result of that.
All right, so again, Tehachapi falls 24-21. They will open Mountain League play next week at East. Well, tonight, the first of 5 hometown flashbacks. We've been doing this show for 38 years. So let's get into the Wayback Machine. BHS running back Steve Wofford. He could score from anywhere on the field. That's more than a cliche. This is Wofford right here. Would end up going to Southern University. Look how many times he just stops and goes and just changes pace. And then, of course, turns on the Jets as well. That was a 99-yard touchdown run. He's even really good in a phone booth. Look how many moves he makes here just to get in. Untouched, by the way. And then this, setting a new state record with his 95th career touchdown. He would end up with 107 in his career, and certainly his offensive line loved him as they would carry him off the field after that moment. And after the game, his head coach, that's Pat Preston, talking about his running back.
He's a great kid, great attitude, works hard at it, hasn't gotten big-headed, and, you know, to score 95 touchdowns in his career, you know, he's got to be one of the top running backs this school's ever had, if not the best.
It really doesn't feel any different than any other game, you know. We just wanted to come in here and just win the football game. That was our main goal.
All right, Steve Wofford, a big part of hometown sports. Time for our first break. Quick reminder, follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter. Hometown BAK for all your live updates and scores over 6,000 strong and growing. Coming up, we're on the coast with Shafter and Garces. Hometown Sports will be right back. And welcome back to Hometown Sports. The Shafter Generals have managed to keep a clean slate despite losing quarterback Ezekiel Osborne to a collarbone injury. Marion Sloan stepping into the void to lead the Generals, wins at Dos Palos and at home against Edison. This week, a really tough test at St. Joseph in Santa Maria. Let's take you there as we are on the coast with the Generals. And nice and clear, calm night, at least for now. Freshman quarterback Jack Heaslett, meanwhile, deep ball to Matthew Aua. And he is knocked out of bounds. Almost got our cameraman for another hit of the week. Moments later, Heaslett to Dominic Rucobo. As the sun's going down, as you can see in the background, 7-0, Knights on top. The Generals respond, and Marion Sloan, they don't throw a lot, but he hits Dylan Hatton right there wide open. And then Sloan, using his feet, gets into the end zone. We're tied at 7 apiece. Second quarter, Adam Checky running to daylight for the touchdown. St. Joe's back on top 14-7. Knights get the ball back. Jack Heaslett to Dylan Crisp in a crowd. Makes the grab. And then the Knights run a reverse and a throw back to the quarterback, Jack Heaslett. He's wide open, strolls into the end zone. 21-7, St. Joe's.
Really special.
Yeah, there you go. At this point, Shafter needs to respond, right? Just dial up Marion Sloan, who looked to throw but decides to run. And 67 yards later, he was in the end zone celebrating, doing what he does. It's 21-14. And oh, by the way, Generals defense got the ball back, and it's Sloan again this time, shedding one tackler and then avoiding everyone else. And he's into the end zone again. And suddenly it's 21-21 just like that. Sloan had 173 yards rushing and 3 scores. Late second quarter, Connor McDonald will not be denied. And the Knights are back on top 28-21. What a high-scoring first half, which, by the way, looked nothing like the second half. By the way, it was homecoming there. Nice ride. You're driving over the down marker there, because that's a first down. But anyway, nice ride. Remember when we said it was nice, clear night? Yeah, the second half, not so. This pass complete here in the fog coming in. Aaron Jimenez with the tackle for loss for the Generals. Fourth quarter, still 28-21. Marion Sloan to Tremel Spain. He gets to the edge. They can't grab that jersey, and he is gone. 28-28. Sloan thrown for 155, by the way, a bulk of it on that play. Just over a minute to play. The Knights are lining up for the game-winning field goal. Not much scoring in the second half, and it is blocked. It's blocked. The very next play. Shafter with the ball, the shadow of their own end zone. The rush is on. That pass is rolled intentional grounding, and in the end zone, that means it's a safety. 2 points for St. Joe's, and that would prove to be the difference. Shafter suffers the first loss of the season, 30-28.
Is hopefully going to learn a lesson from this. It's something that we as coach have been talking about for 4 weeks. It's our preparation and practice. It's our preparation watching film. It's our preparation in our weight room. You only can fake things for so long before, life and football kind of slaps you around a little bit. And tonight's one of those nights that hopefully we figured out that it's the way that we want to do it as a program and coaches, or it's their way that's going to lead to more games like this. And the thing is, we had every opportunity to win tonight, and that's the thing. That's the frustrating part. But we always had breakdowns at key moments, and that's the hard part to kind of take upon ourselves is when we needed ourselves to perform, we failed in those moments. And get back to the drawing board and to keep demanding perfection as coaches and keep demanding what I know that their greatness that these kids can get to. We just got to continue working.
All right, so Shafter will open up league play as they will host Taft next week.
And a tough preseason schedule can bring rough results, and that's been the story for Grant Campbell and his Garces Rams, who still look for their first win of the season. Not an easy task. Right across the street from the Shafter game, they head on the road to face Righetti. And like Greg said, what started as a clear night turned out to be not so clear. First quarter, Sam Gonzalez airs it out, and Lorenzo Wallace makes the grab, showing his power, pushed out inside the 5. 2 plays later, Daniel Newsom is going to punch it in for Garces. Rams draw first blood. They lead 7-0. Warriors on offense. Braden Amba goes through the gap, and he is showing off his speed, and he gets to the edge. He's going to win the foot race for the touchdown. Righetti ties it up at 7. Ensuing kickoff. A&B. It's back to receive. He just goes straight to the outside, and it's going to work for him. He is down the sideline, still on his feet, and he is gone. House call. Garces leads 14-7, but Righetti answers right back. Gilbert Muriguia, play action, finds C.J. Hunt in the flat. A lot of running room. And he is going to win the foot race to the end zone for the score. Tie things up at 14. Horse collar tackle right there. Second quarter, Sam Gonzalez rolls out. Finds Luke Napier. The toe tap. Gets both feet in for the first down. Moments later, Garces trying to score. Looks like he was down by contact, but the ball comes out. Recovered by Aiden Finley. There's a flag on the play. Looks like he was down, but the ref confirms.
Wow.
It's first down. Righetti Warriors take advantage. Nicholas Matatuia rolls out. Luis Magana behind the secondary, and nobody's going to catch him. Righetti takes the lead 21-14. Rams trying to tie things up before the half. But the Warriors, with the rush, the sack fumble, recovered in good field range, and they would take advantage of the good field position. And it is foggy already. Derek Reynoso on the trick play throws it up, and Thomas Harris behind the secondary in the end zone. 2-point try is good. Righetti leads Garces 29-14 at the half. Third quarter, the toss to Kobe Dilly. Trick play of their own, throws it to a wide open Luke Napier. He's going to be tackled inside the 20. And just a few plays later, Sam Gonzalez to Lawrence Wallace for the touchdown. Garces down 29-21 after the touchdown. Fourth quarter we go. Nicholas Matautia is going to keep it himself. Refuses to be denied and scores. Righetti beats Garces 41-21.
We're going to face a tough Centennial team next week. And, it's league play. So pretty much everyone starts 0-0. And we got to just continue to get better and prepare these guys in the best possible manner.
Meanwhile, Garces will look for their first win against Centennial. Definitely a tough task, like he said, especially it being on the road.
All right, time for our next hometown flashback as we check in on Hernan Santiago and the Arvin Bears. Santiago nicked the freight train, and he does not look like a high school kid, does he? A running back for the Bears, leading Arvin to a Valley championship in 1990. There's the sign, the freight train. And would you want this guy coming at you? Check out this. As if you're a safety or a cornerback, do you want this guy running at you? Hernan Santiago, he's the father of former Centennial High star Jackson, now playing at Yale, and he's the father of Jet, the current quarterback at Centennial. Hernan is also the head basketball coach at Centennial High School, taking Golden State to the state title game last season. Hernan Santiago, a big part of hometown sports. Coming up on Hometown Sports, we're back in town as Liberty plays host to Independence, while West entertains Arvin. And join the crowd, follow us on X at Hometown BAK. We'll be right back.
And welcome back to Hometown Sports. Two teams that are in search of their identity is the Liberty Patriots and Independence Falcons, both coming off of losses to Central and Kennedy last week. An even bigger loss to the Patriots is leader of their defense, Matthew Maldonado, got into a bad car accident the morning of the game. Liberty playing in honor of Maldonado, was hospitalized from the car accident. Thoughts and prayers with him and his family and all those involved, praying for a speedy recovery.
Absolutely.
First quarter, Pats got things going. Robert Smith to Lucas Balamonte in the middle of the field, and Liberty draws first blood. They lead 7-0. Ensuing drive, check out Connor Mullen with a stiff arm and the QB hurry on the same play. Falcons would punt. Second quarter, fourth down, QB change. Gavin Parham to the end zone, and Davion Day, a tip drill to himself, hauls it in the end zone. 14-0 Liberty. Pats back on offense. Parham this time keeps it himself, breaking tackles. and he's in the end zone. Liberty leads 21-0 at halftime. Peep out the handshake. And longtime Liberty coach Brian Nixon doing some security at the game. We see you, Brian. Opening possession of the second half. They cough it up, and Neil Anaya, the one who recovers for Independence. A few plays later, Gunther Gola airs it out to Damian Cortez, who has his man beat, and he strolls into the end zone. 21-6 Independence trail. Falcons defense held up, and they are back on offense, facing a fourth down, but the option doesn't work. Liberty's all over it, forcing the turnover on downs, and they would take advantage. Elmo Witten up the middle, breaking tackles and breaking free. He is gone. 28-6, Liberty in command, and that Pats defense was just menacing, especially Connor Mullen. When a guy this size runs at you, you just run the other way. Do what you can. He gets the sack right there. Fourth quarter we go. Gavin Parham is going to take it himself with the hesitation move, reading his blocks, and he is in the end zone. Score is now 35-6. Has some pretty cool handshakes, too, and the defense just living in the backfield.
Wow.
All over this one with this sack. Fourth down for Indy. Not expecting the snap. And Dakota Garcia with the big hit. And he is hyped after that one and led to this. Jalen Murphy touchdown to ice the game. Liberty beats Indy 42-6. Here's Coach Bolin dedicating this game to Matthew Maldonado.
I don't usually give game balls because I don't like to point out any individuals. This is going to my boy Matthew Maldonado. It's been a very emotional day. It's been really hard. I went and visited Matt, his family, when I was able to, and just keeping our guys focused and ready. And I mean, he's not here with us, but he's here with us.
This game was for him. We broke on 4:15 before we came out to the field, and then Coach Bolin he had told us a message. He said, "Go out there and win for him." And that's what we did.
Again, praying for a speedy recovery for Matthew Maldonado. 42-6 is your final score. Liberty and Independence both on a bye week before league play.
Yeah, there's certainly much more important things than high school football, and we certainly wish the Maldonado family the best. West High Vikings have seen their share of highs and lows this season. In their final tune-up before league play, an entertaining game against Arvin that went down to the wire. Let's get you out there as the Vikings take the field. Not only sleeping the colors, but flying the colors. First quarter, no score in this one. Watch the pitch to Lorenzo Vasquez, and Lorenzo just hits the Jets right there. He is gone. Going the distance for the touchdown. And West High's out on top, 7-0. Meanwhile, Arvin, little fake punt action. Not, just running on there. The side was open. That was Xavier Brooks right there. And then Andrew Rosales, the TD pass right here for the connection.
David Lopez,
thank you very much. Ties it at 7-7. Here comes West, running hard. And then Garola with the TD pass to Guy Vasquez for the touchdown. And it is 14-7. Later second quarter. Watch Xavier Reynoso. Blindside hit, forces a fumble. Adrian Sarabia picks it up, takes it 36 yards for the score. They miss the extra point. It's 14-13 at the half. Let's go third quarter. Bears to the air. And this pass picked off by Jared Romero, who also made a stick on the play. Moments later, the Vikings move the pile. Watch this, Elias Garola. Somebody's in the weight room. In for the touchdown. They miss the extra point. It's 20-13. Fourth quarter, still a 7-point game. Andrew Rosales to Xavier Brooks. He's dangerous whenever he gets the ball. And Brooks getting down the far sideline. Moments later, same combination. Rosales to Brooks, who hauls it in at the 5-yard line.
Way to locate it.
And then Xavier Reynoso is going to get into the end zone. It is 20-19. Do they go for two? Nope. Go for the tie. Kick the extra point. Blocked. Wow. but they would get the ball back one more time. Rosales to Abram Gonzalez. Oh my, now they're in field goal range. 37-yarder to win it for Arvin. It's up and no good. The Vikings survive as they win this one by a final of 20-19.
Hats off to Arvin. They threw a couple things at us, but yeah, the kids responded. We have a lot of kids that haven't played a lot of football, so they're maturing quickly, and we're going to need it in this last part of the season. We go into the league.
All right, so a nice victory for West High as they will be at South to open up things in Mountain League play. Arvin, meanwhile, will step out of league play, and they will host North High. And now for our third hometown flashback of the evening, a reminder that high school football began before many of you started playing, right? This one is more recent, though, but it embodies over 30 years of coaching. That's a young Steve Denman right there. Steve Denman at Tehachapi. Final game right here, one of his final games, leading the Warriors to countless league titles. The Warriors, a power when they played in the southern section before joining the central section. And then there he is, donning the shirt, being honored after win number 300 after a win over West High. You can still find Coach Denman at Tehachapi home games up on the hill on the visitor side. Sorry, Coach, if we gave away your spot. Steve Denman, a big part of hometown sports. Time for another break. Coming up, we'll travel to east and then head north to Tulare to check in on the Wasco Tigers. Remember, you can find us on X, Hometown BAK. We'll be right back.
And welcome back to Hometown Sports. Both Mira, Monte, and East coming off losses, looking to bounce back in a strong way before league. And without looking too far ahead, Christian Johnson and his Mira Monte Lions have their sights set to dominate the 58. And here comes the Blades game at East High. East would get on the board first as they settle for this field goal attempt. Nice look through the upright to make it 3-0. Ensuing kickoff. Corday Fulmer back deep, and he had himself quite the game. He's going to get a nice return. Gets pretty close to the 50-yard line. Later on in the drive, Nathan Gonzalez running hard. Coach Johnson said he's one of the most underrated players in Kern County. Then Fabian Carrillo throws it deep. Fulmer makes the grab. However, the touchdown was called back. No worries. Next play. The two are going to connect again. But check out the effort from Fulmer. The grab in traffic. And this touchdown is going to stand. Miramonte jumps out front 7-3. Ensuing drive. Sammy Ramos on the jet sweep. And he finds room and he is breaking tackles. And he is dragging defenders as well. Still on his feet. Brought down in line territory, now in goal range. Randy Lenore punches it in. And the Blades back out front 10-7. Second quarter, Nathan Gonzalez breaking tackles, cutting back inside. He just refuses to be denied. Picks up good yardage for the first down. Later on, they feed it back to him. And this time, reaches for the pylon. It was ruled a touchdown. Lions back in the lead 14-10. Blades on the move. Isaiah Santiago to Dominic Heckard. Comes back to it for the nice catch, the first down. Few plays later, the pass tipped by David Murillo into the hands of Alex Ramirez for the interception. And look at him go. He is brought down. Miramonte leads 14-10 at the half. Third quarter we go. Nathan Gonzalez up the middle. Just running hard, and that was the theme of this game. Then Corday Fulmer on the toss. Not a bad idea to have Nathan Gonzalez as your lead blocker, too. And he is brought down at about the 2-yard line. Next play, Nathan Gonzalez is going to punch it in for the touchdown. Miramonte beats East. Final score, 21-10.
Anytime we give up a second half shutout, man, I'm super excited. I mean, I just thought we really executed very well in all three phases of the game tonight.
They got something we want back. Let's go. Let's go. We are focuses now. I'm so proud of you boys right now. But I'm telling you, we know what we want. Let's go. We know what we need this week. Let's go. Let's go. We need every person, every day, every ounce of energy.
All right, meaning know what they want, know what they need this week. He is pointing at the hat, which says dominate the 58. Mira Monte will be on the road at Foothill to open up league for the Battle of 58. East will host Tehachapi.
Ever hear a coach say it was a game of two halves? We have that game. The Wasco Tigers visiting Tulare Western. A slow start, a fast finish, making for, well, a game of two halves. Mustangs taking the field in this one. The Tigers' first drive, they were in the red zone already, and they fumbled. So that didn't quite work out. The Mustangs would drive the field after that fumble. Juju Hernandez to Malachi Fisher. Touchdown, 7-0 Tulare Western. Wasco's second possession. Ball on the ground again leads to another Mustangs touchdown, 15-0 Tulare Western. Let's go second quarter. Tigers' next possession. Oh my, another fumble. And moments later, the Mustangs made them pay for it again. Mikey Johnson dragging a few defenders with him inside the 5-yard line. Hard to tell with that field with so many lines on it where we are. Then Mikey Johnson bulls his way in, 23-0 Mustangs, and that is your score at the half. Let's go third quarter. Things have to get better, right? If they're a game of two halves, this would be the better half. Jaime Lopez, nice run right here to get things started. Then Aiden Hulsey, breaking free. He gets inside the 20-yard line. Deepest penetration they made since the first drive. And then the Tigers fumble again, but this one bounces right for him. Kevin Perez goes in. It's 23-6. Late third quarter, Tigers on the move again, and it's Perez with a big run. Crossing midfield. Fourth quarter, same drive. The pitch to Daniel Hulsey. And he's going to get inside the 10-yard line. That sets up Jaime Lopez. In for the touchdown. It is 23-12. Mustangs, meanwhile, trying to run the clock down. They go to the air, however, and this one picked off by Tyrone Davidson, who makes the grab before stepping out of bounds. It would lead to a field goal by Luis Maldonado. It's now 23-15. It's a one-possession game. The Tigers go onside kick, down by 8, but the Mustangs recover. Tulare Western hangs on to win this one by a final of 23-15.
The second half, we came out to play. I mean, it was an extremely close game. Tulare Western's a heck of a team. We wish them well moving forward. But it was just one of those games. It was just a good football game. I'm not mad right now. I'm excited for the future of Wasco High football. But just heck of a game all around.
So there's your final 23-15. Wasco, we don't have it down there, will be taking on Chavez this week. Now, time for our fourth of 5 hometown flashbacks. BHS taking on Mount Whitney for a Valley Championship game in front of a huge crowd at BC's Memorial Stadium. 15,000 fans strong. Yes, 15,000. And this is Chad Provençal, who would go on to play at San Diego State. His son Jackson played for Liberty, currently plays for Bakersfield College. Look at those shoulder pads, baby. Look at those things. Meanwhile, this TD pass to Brian Adams, who would go on to play wide receiver for the UCLA Bruins. And then this interception, and this guy, by the way, in the stands, had some good games back then. The interception coming up by Jason Oliver, father of former high school star Jason Oliver Jr. Jason Sr., friends know him as Durant Oliver, would go on to play for USC, returning an interception for a TD his freshman year against rival UCLA. Chad Provençal, Brian Adams, and Jason Oliver, big parts of hometown sports. Coached by Pat Preston, by the way. Once again, check us out on X at Hometown BAK. Coming up next, a trip to Lake Isabella as we check in on the Kern Valley Bronx. Hometown Sports will be right back. And welcome back to Hometown Sports. Greg Kerr alongside Myles Boyns. The Kern Valley Bronx coming to town last week to down Monte for their first win of the season. This week, back home to host Lompoc. This would be a good one as the Bronx take the field. And in the first quarter, no score. Lompoc, which just loves to run the ball, and they did that very well in the red zone. This is Marcus Balian. Nice carry right there, setting up Jacob White, who would bounce to the outside and get in for the score. 7-0 Braves on top. Second quarter, Braves stick to that ground game. This time, Jacob White goes first. And then Marcus Balian in for the score. It's 14-0 Lompoc on top. So the Bronx need a spark. They're down 2 scores and they get one. Zane Carver to Aiden Madden. Catches it in stride, and it's 14-7. Moments later, Braves sticking to the ground, no surprise there. But the ball is going to pop out, and Aiden Madden, who just caught a TD pass, scoops it up, avoids one defender, and he's off into the end zone again. And suddenly it's 14-14. Bronx decide, hey, let's go with the onside kick. And they do. And they've got it. So the Bronx back in business. And just before half, Zane Carver throws to Aiden Madden. Yeah, that guy again. His third TD of the first half. It's 21-14 Kern Valley at the half. Let's go third quarter. Well, there's your halftime. Now we'll get to the third quarter. And Jacob White on the loose again. Just cutting back, weaving his way through for a score. Tied at 21. Now fourth quarter. Lompoc on top 28-21. And it's Jacob White again. Watch the second effort as Lompoc gets the touchdown and gets the win as they down Kern Valley by a final of 35-21.
Second half, their size got the better of us. They just kind of started overpowering us on our D-line a little bit. Had a lot of trouble stopping the run. So, I'm proud of my boys. We played a tough game, but I think their size got us at the end there.
All right, so there's your final. Kern Valley will be at Edwards Air Force Base on the road at Desert. One other final, McFarland losing on the road against Fireball, 48-6. The Fighting Norm Browns will have the week off in Week 7. Our final hometown flashback. Derek Carr's final game at BCHS Valley Championship game in Corcoran in the fog. We had fog this week. Why not show you some fog? This is Carr going to Marcus Hall, and Hall getting into the end zone for a touchdown, what would be a high-scoring game, by the way. And then Derek Carr, again, if you can find him. There he is, scrambling left, picking up some first down yardage, gets a nice block, coming right at you. Setting up Christian Taylor, who had a monster game, rushing for over 200 yards in this one, in for the score. The Eagles win 49-27. Doug Barnett gets the bath, the former head coach of the Eagles. There's your hardware. And here's what Derek Carr had to say after the win, after the game, again, 49-27.
They're good. They're a good team. But again, I can't be prouder of our guys, how we stepped up in the second half.
There you go. They did step up in the second half. And again, Derek Carr's final game in high school. Time for another break. Coming up, BC Renegades aim for a third straight win, plus our Brimhall Dental Group Players of the Week. Check us out on X at Hometown BAK. Hometown Sports. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Hometown Sports. The BC Renegades returning home after a pair of road wins. A third straight win would have to come at the expense of Antelope Valley College. The Gades two-quarterback system seeing Vincent Igoa get the lion's share of the work this week. Let's get you out there. Education Day, so why not the coin toss from an educator as we get things started. And first quarter no score, Vincent Igoa rolls out and finds Jacoby Pointer. Open, you bet he was. 7-0 Gades on top. Later first quarter, now 7-7 after Marauders score. The punt here, Mackay Smith, who had a great game, takes it and comes near side after shedding one tackler and another and spinning out of another. Look at the return by Mackay, where it finally got him out of bounds. And that sets up David Smith coming right at us from the 10-yard line. In for the score, 14-7 Gades on top. Second quarter, Vincent Igoa to a wide-open Mackay Smith. Come on now. 36 yards, and the gritty. It's 21-7. Gades defense, you bet. Aaron Martinez and Phoenix Tusa with the stop. Antelope Valley going nowhere fast. Later second quarter, they punt. And there's Mackay Smith again. And he gets to the edge. He'll start pointing. He'll start giving directions. There you go. One final hurdle. There it is. 52 yards for the score. It's 28-7 Gades. And that was your score at the half. Let's go third quarter. Gades in the red zone. Jalen Hankins just rolls in. 35-7. The Gades were rolling too. Fourth quarter, Marauders facing fourth down. Ball is loose. Hugo Camacho, no helmet, no problem. He's still going after it. Gades take over on downs. Malachi Statler then in at quarterback. Watch Devin Sundgren of Shafter The nice grab right here. It's 49-7. Moments later, Jadaniels Nettles cuts back against the grain, looking for his second touchdown of the game. Comes up just short right here. But moments later, he would get in to make it 56-7 Renegades. Meanwhile, Tehachapi product Jacob Root, there he is, seeing some late action, as did his Tehachapi teammate Carson Tywater. The Gades, however, moved to 3-1 as they win 56-7.
Our kids just kept playing hard, and that was one of the things that we talked about all week. Once again, we didn't want to let off.
They just give us the game plan each and every week, and we just follow it to honestly the best of our ability. So I give all that to Coach Dean, Coach Dameron, Coach Paul, Coach Castro. They honestly give us the blueprint each and every week.
Shout out the team for everybody doing their job, and just you got to keep getting better and keep doing us.
Well, keep doing us. We'll be at El Camino as the Renegades 3-1 will be on the road next week, and we'll be there with them. Time for our Players of the Week, sponsored by Brimhall Dental Group, committed to providing quality health care to you and your family. Brimhall Dental Group Offensive Player of the Week is from Liberty High School, number 19, quarterback Gavin Parham. Parham coming off the bench for the Patriots, throwing for a touchdown and running for a pair as well. You'll see one of them coming up here to help the Patriots offense snap a 2-game losing streak. Gavin Parham of Liberty is our Brimhall Dental Group Offensive Player of the Week.
Our Brimhall Dental Group Defensive Player of the Week is Connor Mullen of Liberty, and really the entire front seven of that Liberty defense. Mullen with the quarterback hurry and a quarterback sack. The Liberty defense shutting down the Independence offense, limiting the Falcons to just 6 points. Connor Mullen and the Liberty defense is our Brimhall Dental Group Defensive Players of the Week.
Our Brimhall Dental Group Special Teams Player of the Week is A.M. Beebe of Garces High School. Beebe with his 90-yard kickoff return. The cowbell should tell you he's going places. Gets the Rams on the board. A.M. Beebe of Garces is our Brimhall Dental Group Special Teams Player of the Week. Coming up next, our game-saving play. Also, our Athlete of the Week, brought to you Brian Hicks Real Estate Group, and Youth Football, brought to you by Golden Empire Youth Football. Hometown Sports will be right back. And welcome back to Hometown Sports. Time for our game-saving play, sponsored by us, if you will. And we have another game-saving play. Here it is. This week's game-saving play is Youth Football. Josiah Perez scores this touchdown with 2 seconds left in the game to pick up the victory. We sort of gave away our Youth Football highlights, but even he was stunned with 2 seconds to play. Josiah with our game-saving play.
All right, and time for our Athlete of the Week, sponsored by Brian Hicks Real Estate Group, saving clients thousands. Numbers don't lie. This week's Athlete of the Week is our Brian Hicks Realty Athlete of the Week, coming from
Aiden Madden.
Aiden Madden of Kern Valley. There he is with the touchdown grab, and then getting things done on the defensive end as well. He's going to pick up the fumble, and he's going to scoop and score. And he wasn't done on offense, as he is going to catch this touchdown pass. Aiden Madden.
He's got one more play coming up here, too.
He's got one more.
He wasn't done yet. Watch this.
He gets another interception. Doing it all for Kern Valley. Aiden Madden of Kern Valley is our Brian Hicks Real Estate Group Athlete of the Week.
Meanwhile, our Youth Football brought to you by Golden Empire Youth Tackle Football. Athletes are born every day. Champions are made right here, right now. Each week we'll highlight a youth game come playoff time. Every championship game. If you have a game you'd like us to come to, please reach out to us. Sophomore division, Wildcatters and the Cardinals. Wildcatters on the board first. I got Josiah's last name wrong earlier. Josiah Weber right here. Gets to the edge, and he is gone. 7-0 Wildcatters on top. Josiah going. In for the score. Second quarter. Gerald Stroud Jr. takes his turn. It's 14-0 Wildcatters. Just before the half, you always need to look for a 54 carrying the ball, don't you? Cooper Parsons to the pylon. It's 14-6 at the half. We're going to go fourth quarter. It's now 14-12. Christian Torres is going to break free, and the Cardinals have their first lead of the game, 18-14. So we'll show it to you again. Final seconds. It's a 4-point game. And we mean literally the final seconds, and Josiah Weber stiff arms one defender and then goes down the sideline, is going to cut back against the final guy, score with 2 seconds to go. And the Wildcatters win a wild one, by a final of 21-18. Coming up, our exciting play of the week, our hits of the week, brought to you by the good folks at Raymond's Trophies and Awards, and our Scholar of the Week, brought to you by Accelerated Urgent Care. We will be right back.
And welcome back to Hometown Sports. Now for our exciting play of the week, brought to you by Stockdale Podiatry Group. We treat your feet. This week's exciting play, Monte at East. Fabian Carrillo loads one up, and Corday Fulmer wins the jump ball off the tip and goes in for the score. Fabian Carrillo and Corday Fulmer with our Stockdale Podiatry Group exciting play of the week.
Time now for our hits of the week, brought to you by Raymond's Trophies and Awards. An award is much more than an award. It's a memory. And this week we had a little bit of everything, as you're about to see. Let's begin with Arvin at West. The throw over the middle, and Jared Romero will make you pay, and he made the interception. So he not only gets a hit here, he's got the interception as well. That's Jared Romero of West High. From our flop hit of the week, that's Wasco center Damian Santos selling the penalty. And it worked, by the way. Check him out. Damian Santos, the flop master, is our hittee of the week. And then next up, we're going to youth football. Wildcatters and Cardinals, and Gerald Stroud Jr. Nice stick right there. Making the hit. Has a nose for the ball. Makes the hit. That's Gerald Stroud Jr. of the Wildcatters. We mentioned that Liberty defense earlier in the show. Check out number 69, Dakota Garcia with the quarterback sack. That's a face full of quarterback right there at Dakota Garcia of Liberty. This week's winner from the same game, the far sideline. Watch Amir Smith. It might be more difficult to see, but running backs up, running backs down. That's a big hit by Amir Smith. And Amir Smith of Independence is our hitman of the week.
Time for our Hometown All-Stars, the best of the best each week, culminating with our Hometown All-Star team, which will be presented during our final show in December. Our first nominee, Wasco running back Hammy Lopez. Whether the Tigers win, lose, or draw, Wasco can always count on Hammy Lopez, the go-to guy in the Tigers' backfield, Hammy Lopez of Wasco. Next up, number 10 from Monte, Corday Fulmer is quickly becoming the favorite target of quarterback Fabian Carrillo, and he contributes to the Lions' run game as well. That's Corday Fulmer of Monte. Our third nominee, number 1 from Arvin, receiver Xavier Brooks. Brooks is the deep threat in the Bears' offense. He can score anywhere on the field. Brooks even ran for a first down out of punt formation this past week. That's Xavier Brooks of Arvin, and those are this week's Hometown All-Star nominees.
All right, now time for our Scholar Athlete of the Week, brought to you by Accelerated Urgent Care. Get better faster. This week's Scholar of the Week comes from Kern Valley. It's number 4, Bryce Smoot right there. GPA of 2.9. He wants to major in psychology. Schools he's looking at, Montana State and Northern Arizona. Plays basketball as well for the Bronx. Favorite food is pizza. Favorite TV show, Walking Dead, and his favorite music, rap. One thing most people don't know about Bryce Smoot, he placed in state in wrestling when he was very young. In fact, he wrestled for 7 years, he said. That's Bryce Smoot of Kern Valley. He's our Accelerated Urgent Care Scholar of the Week. Coming up, time for our predictions. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Hometown Sports. It's time for predictions. We're getting to league play, so here we go. This is going to be fun. Let's start things off with first one of our 3 Thursday games, West against South. We're both going with the Spartans in this one.
Yeah, I think the Spartans will come off strong off that bye week, but West is going to give them a run for their money. That's a big win against
All right, elsewhere, another Thursday game, Tehachapi rolling into town to take on East.
Yeah, I like Tehachapi. I think they're going to roll off that momentum. They're going to want that win back, especially after that heartbreaking loss.
Yeah, North against Arvin. This one's a tough one.
Yeah, we'll see how Arvin's North's pass defense will be against Arvin, and if they can pressure Andrew Rosales.
And we had a lot of schools coming off byes, too. We had like 3 in each league almost. So some teams are well rested. Garces, Centennial. Garces looking for the first win. And of course, it's opener in River League. We go Centennial.
Yep, Centennial, one of those schools you mentioned coming off a bye, just have so many weapons.
Frontier against Stockdale. And by the way, it should be noted that Ron Mackey has resigned as head coach of Stockdale. So they have their coach in place. We're both going with Frontier in that one. A couple other games. Let's go to the Valley League. BCHS against Ridgeview. Ridgeview's still looking for their first win. What are your thoughts on this one, Miles, as BHS takes on Highland? That's a good one.
I like this matchup a lot. It's just going to be pure athletes, both on Highland and BHS. I think BHS just has too many weapons to go.
All right, that game at Highland should be fun. In the South Sequoia League, Delano and Kennedy. Delano's defense has been terrific. Kennedy's finding their footing. They look pretty tough.
Yeah, and especially with RG on the defensive side, just has a nose for the ball.
Wasco Chavez going with Wasco. Chavez, young team, but they are getting better. And then we round out league play there. Taft against Shafter. I'll go with Shafter in this one.
I'll go with Shafter, too. I just think they looked good their last game.
All right, we got a few more in the Horizon League. Miramonte and Foothill dominate the 58. Will Miramonte do it? You say no.
Oh, we'll see what happens. I think this game will come down to the final minute.
Yeah. Foothill coming off a bye as well, as is Golden Valley and Del Oro. They're both coming off byes. We both like the Bulldogs to win that one. Kern Valley at Desert. We're both going with Kern Valley. And wrap things up with our final game, BC on the road at El Camino. Gates have been impressive 3-1 start. A 2-point loss is the only, black mark they have on them. They could have won that one.
Yeah, and that was possibly due to a penalty. Who knows if that penalty didn't happen. And BC, I don't think it'll be a 56-7 game against El Camino, and they know that as well. But BC El Camino, a rivalry game. They're really looking forward to it. They've had El Camino marked on their calendars. I like where BC is going, their defense and offense.
El Camino's offense, they put up, I think, 51 last week in their win over Moore Park. So we'll see what happens in that one. But it should be an exciting one. We'll be on the road with the Renegades, and we'll be at every high school game you just saw there as well. For Miles, I'm Greg. We will see you next week on Hometown Sports. Have a great night.
Hometown Sports was sponsored by Alpha Technologies and Alarm Systems, Little Caesars, Mercedes-Benz of Bakersfield, Valley Strong Credit Union, and Golden Empire Transit.